Hi, Glenn Roberts. So, looks like I'm doing a little helicamping, but that's not what this is. What just happened was I took the helicopter up, and I haven't flown with any students yet, but I'm getting ready to. And I wanted to practice the maneuvers I intend to teach. So, got up high, got up to 6,000 feet, and did a little settling with power exercise. That went good. I did the Bouchard recovery, and then I did the straight ahead recovery. And I thought, I think I'll establish an auto-rotative glide. And I enriched the mixture. I didn't go full rich, but I enriched it almost to full rich. And then I rolled off the throttle as I was lowering the collective. And then to my dismay, I looked and saw that the engine RPM had gone to 0. And I just meant to lower it to 1500, but I guess I rolled it off, kind of a Robinson habit, rolled it all the way off, and I should have just split the needles. But it decided to quit. So it didn't go to idle, it went to off. And I recognized that it was off. Meanwhile, the rotor RPM was decaying because I was so shocked that that happened. I had to go all the way to the floor, got my rotor RPM back. And you see the ridge up there. I was above that ridge, not right above it. I had about 1,000, 1,500 feet above the ridge, but I didn't want to land up there. So I didn't just clear down to here. I just aimed down here. Meanwhile, I tried like 3 start attempts and I got it to idle, but I forgot to push you run out of hands. So I forgot to push the mixture in fast enough. And I thought, well, let me try it with the mixture all the way in. I did not get everything all at once. At least once I forgot to roll the throttle on. I did prime it. I put the throttle to full, mixture to lean, pump on, primed it. I did turn the pump back off. I think maybe I should have just left the pump on, and then as soon as I got a start indication, we can't hear it because there's already a bunch of noise going on. So I couldn't hear it start. So I usually goose the throttle a little bit once it starts. Anyway, so 3 start attempts and I was done. I was hoping it would start. I never expected this to happen because my biggest worry is that my wife's not gonna, if I mess this up, I'll never get another helicopter. And this was a good deal, so I'm pretty happy with this one. So finally I had to commit myself to the auto, and I go, keep your rotor speed up. And I said, keep your air speed up. I had 60 knots and top of the green. And I saw this spot and I go, well, this is as good as any. And it has a little slope to it. It's an uphill, but it kind of helped. And then I reminded myself at the bottom, I said, flare hard, because I didn't want to roll it forward. And then plunk down, no ground roll. So I was pretty happy with this auto. And I dropped it in from about, it wasn't the smoothest landing, I dropped it in from about 1.5 feet. So I had a nice flare and plunked it down. And then I was feeling for the rotors to slap the boom, the tail boom, but they didn't. So it's all in good shape. I'm going to do a walk around here, and then hands shaking a little bit. But yeah, all the training paid off. But that'll taught me a lesson, is I'm gonna have to get 1, the idle adjusted, and 2, get better at my technique when I want to enter an auto rotative glide. Is just split the needles. I don't need to go to idle because again, you're just risking it's gonna roll off. And then even Robinson, and it's a hot day too, so there's a risk of vapor lock and a fuel injected engine, and then the Robinsons, you're just supposed to split the needles. That one's got a governor. This has nothing. So the throttle stays wherever I put it. But all I had to do was split the needles. And then if I didn't split the needles, I just kept the rotor higher than the engine RPM. I'm still in an auto. So I need to enter my autos a little more gradually for a glide. So I have to work on those, and then also check out the machine. But I think I made it okay. So those who have and those who will, now I'm in the other category. So I'm going to pre-flight the machine. If I get it started normally, there's nothing wrong with it. I just rolled that throttle off too abruptly. So if it runs, I'll fly it back to the airfield. But I don't know. This is a huge lesson. Law of intensity, right? When you're learning. So I learned, and I'll never let that happen again if I can help it. Anyway, so thought I'd share while it just happened like 5 minutes ago, and got my wits about me, and can still remember everything. I'm sure I'll remember more as time goes on. I think I only tried 3 times, but God, I was hoping, I'm a lucky guy usually, and I was hoping it would start, and then that would be the lesson. But no, and I'm gonna practice my air start, because I had the altitude to get an air start. It actually started. I just didn't follow up. So that would have been a better outcome also. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I might elaborate more after I figure out more.